What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing? It's yours truly, Fitz. This time we're going over the top 5 Pokemon for the Ultra League, the Dragon typing that is for the Ultra League. If you haven't already, check out my video on the top 5 Dragon types for the Great League. Link will be in the description. Let's start off with a Lonely Executor, a Pokemon I actually mentioned in the Great League. Only difference is it's closer to 2500, so it retains these stats. So going over the moves, you want to run Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail hits a lot harder and builds a lot more energy than Bullet Seed. And then Seed Bomb charges up really fast. It's a 3-bar charge move. Pretty self-explanatory there. And then Dragon Pulse, you know, just in case your opponent throws out that dragon or you just want to do some normal, regular, hard-hitting damage. I mean, Dragon Pulse does have 90 power. And just to see where I'm coming from, let's go ahead and look at the spreadsheet. If we look at Alolan's Executor here and go all the way over, at level 29 it reaches 2497 with a really good attack of 176. A defense is a little low at 120, but the HP at 166 is actually not bad either. So that's why I have Alolan Executor on this list. Now, coming in the next spot, I want to say Dragonite, but here's why I'm not going to say Dragonite this time. Dragonite legacy moveset is not easily obtainable. You have to have a Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, Dragonite for it to make this list. Like, you have to have it. And the thing is, the more I start thinking about it, I know a lot of you don't have access to that, so I'm not going to list a Pokemon that you guys have struggle getting or simply just don't have access to. People aren't just out there trading their Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, Dragonites out there like candy. They are saving them because they realize how rare they are. So next Pokemon on this list is going to be Kingdra. Now this has also made the great list, but these stats are retained even more, and it's only weak to Dragon and Fairy, and it does have double resistance to fire and water. So let's go ahead and look at the moves that make this Pokemon so good. It's Dragon Breath, of course, one of the best quick moves in the game, and then you want to run Blizzard and Outrage. Blizzard actually would be a better option to hit against your fellow Dragon types if you can get one off. You know, mind you, the shields and whatnot, because this is going to hit really hard. Because most Dragon types are Dragon and Flying anyway. And then Outrage is a good heavy hitter move that will charge up faster than Blizzard anyway. It's just not that very effective to Fairy and Steel. So if you want to run a team, put Kingdra in your Ultra team. It is a good choice. Dragon Breath, Blizzard, Outrage. Let's look at the stats though. Kingdra, just right underneath my face. If we go all the way over here, at level 36, it's 2491. Now this is perfect IVs, of course, mind you. An attack of 160, that's pretty good. A defense of 160, that's incredible. That's actually very high. And an HP of 150, which is extremely well-rounded. So this Pokemon is extremely well-rounded. It does not have very many weaknesses. It's only Fairy and Dragon. So that's why I got Kingdra as a number 2 in this top 5 list. Now these aren't weighted. By the way, these top 5s are not weighted. I'm just simply stating it's in the second Pokemon I'm going over. Now the next one is, it's kind of tough because you have to look at Salamence. I'm not quite picking this just yet. Salamence has an extreme high attack, but because it's Dragon and Flying, it's got more weaknesses. But let's go ahead and look at the moves. It's the moves that matter. Now it has access to Dragon Tail. That's great, right? Fire Fang actually isn't even that bad either to throw your opponent off. But where it lacks is the charge moves and why it's not making the list. Draco Meteor is a 1-bar charge move that takes forever to charge up. Hydro Pump is a 1-bar charge move that takes forever to charge up. And then finally, Fire Blast is a 1-bar charge move that takes forever to charge up. So I won't even say this is a notable mention, but if you want to run this Pokemon, you have to have it in your 3rd slot, and you have to melt all your opponent's shields so you can get one of these big charge moves off. That's the only way that you'll be able to actually use this Pokemon. You have to have all your opponent's shields done and then be able to hit one of these big charge moves on your opponent, guaranteed. Because, I mean, if we look at the stats, let me go ahead and adjust this for. So if we look at the stats, it's absolutely incredible. It really is. It's a very good Pokemon. Let's see, where Salamence right here at the bottom. Okay, we go all the way over at level 23 and 2464. Its attack is 187. That's slightly lower than Rayquaza's, but as you can see, it's actually slightly tankier than Rayquaza. So Salamence is definitely a good Pokemon, but I'm not sure how well it would perform in the Ultra League. That's why it's not making this list. Now, continuing. Latios or Latias? Now, this is like flipping a coin. Latios has access to Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw, the best Dragon-type moveset for PvP in the game. And actually, Latios, because of that fact, because of the horrid, treacherous Dragon Claw charge moveset, this Pokemon has to make the list. It is absolutely ridiculous. The stats are good. It has a ton of weaknesses, but that doesn't matter. A lot of people don't use those typings in competitive play for PvP. Dragon Breath, it's self-explanatory. Now Dragon Claw, that's self-explanatory. One of the fastest charging quick moves in the game. And then I would probably run Psychic or Solar Beam. Now this is up to you. One of these charges up faster than the other. I can't remember. I think it's Psychic. Psychic charges up faster than Solar Beam because Solar Beam hits hard. But if you have, thing is you want to run Latios at the very beginning and use those Dragon Claws extremely fast and melt your opponent's shields in the very beginning of the battle. That's the thing. That is the thing. So, having these two other charge moves isn't necessary, so you can just simply run Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw and be okay. Now, as far as the stats go, let's go ahead and check it out. Latios, there's Latios right there. We go all the way over at level 22.5 at 2451, attack of 179, which is huge, defense of 143, which is decent, and then a stamina of 129, which is okay. That's subpar. So it's a heavy hitter, absolutely. Now, what is gonna be the next one? So that's number 3. Latios coming in at number 3. Honestly, okay, so here's the deal with Rayquaza. I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about it right now. Rayquaza could easily make this list. It has Dragon Tail, Outrage, and Aerial Ace. And it has Ancient Power. So it has 3 moves that charge up fairly quickly. Going with Ancient Power powers up extremely fast. Then Aerial Ace does as well, and then Outrage is last, powering up the slowest, but still good moves to choose, right? But here's the thing. Latias has higher defense and a lower CP. So let's go ahead and compare that real quick. Here's Latias right here, right underneath me. We go all the way over at 24.5. We have 160 attack, a 172 defense, and a 135 stamina. But if we go to Rayquaza right here and go all the way over at 22.5, we have 189 attack, which is much higher than 160, a 117 defense, which is much lower than 172, and then a stamina of 144, which is actually higher than 135. So there is almost a 60% or a 60 gap in between the defenses, but everything else is kind of close. So basically what I'm trying to say is, coming in at the 4th spot, it's Latias and Rayquaza. I can't not say one and then the other. So let's just go ahead and go over the movesets for these, because there's definitely a Pokemon that I need to list in the 5th spot, but I do want to go over these. Dragon Breath, that's what makes Latias so good, is Dragon Breath. That's why it has to make this list. And then Outrage and Thunder. I would run Thunder. I believe Thunder charges up faster than Psychic. Of course, you want to run the Outrage, hard-hitting move, 2-bar charge move, charges up faster than the other 2 anyway. But if we go back to Rayquaza, I'll tell you why it has to be in the 4th spot with Latias. It's because its moves. Its moves are insane. You can actually even run Air Slash if you wanted to. That is a move that builds up energy extremely fast. Outrage, Aerial Ace, and Ancient Power. You can honestly not even run Outrage on this Pokemon. You can run Aerial Ace and Ancient Power, because both of those moves charge up so fast. You'll be burning through your opponent's shield so fast, and doing a lot of damage too if these moves hit. Aerial Ace does 55 power, but even better yet, Ancient Power does 70 damage. And it's super effective against Bug, Flying, Fire, Ice, but not against Fighting, which is common, like I said, with Hariyama. So that's where the Aerial Ace comes in, taking out Hariyama. So this Pokemon is definitely really good. Rayquaza is a beast. Now, last but not least, and I have to mention it, Giratina. Is this the right one? Yeah, Giratina is an absolute monster. We have to look at the stats. And since it's not a dragon type right offhand, we have to change it here. Go to Dragon. Okay, so it's right underneath me. You guys see that? Right underneath me. If we go all the way over at level 23.5 at a CP of 2473, has a 155 attack, which is kind of low with all the Pokemon that have been on this list. A defense of 130, which is a little bit higher than, it's still pretty low, but an HP of a whopping 193, making this Pokemon an absolute nightmare of a tank. And its moves are off the charts. Its moves are insane. Shadow Claw, an incredible move to run. Dragon Breath, an incredible move to run. Dragon Claw, incredible. Ancient Power, incredible. Shadow Sneak, incredible. So what should you run? Dragon Breath, that's a no-brainer. It's only not super effective at Fairy and Steel. Two types that you probably won't come across too much in the Ultra League. There is an exception with Togekiss, but you can still run Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, and then the last two moves are up to you. Shadow Sneak is a pretty fast-charging move, and so is Ancient Power. So it's incredibly up to you. If you don't want to unlock a second move, Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw. I mean, that moveset's a no-brainer. So there you guys have it. Let's go ahead and go back and reiterate the top 5. We got Alolan Executor, we've got Kingdra, we've got Latios coming 3, Latias and Rayquaza as a 4th spot, good reasoning behind that, and then Giratina as the 5th. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Have you used any of these Pokemon in the Ultra League? Have you been absolutely shredding people with your Dragon types in the Ultra League? I want to hear what you guys think in the comment section down below, how you guys been doing. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, be a part of the Fitz City fam. I'm going to be knocking out these videos one after another, but going to be taking a little bit of time off. I'll be traveling this weekend, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's the boy Fitz City. I'm signing off. See you guys in the next Pokemon Go video.